Welcome back, it's Chris from the Hagon factory. So this week's video, it's the last one for 2024. What a year. We've enjoyed every minute of it. It's been fantastic. Without you guys, I don't think we'd do this. We've had a lot of support, a lot of subscribers. We could do with a few more subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed, get on board. We've been to a lot of events, swap meetings, race meetings. We've repaired a lot of bikes. There's been a few customer bikes. There's been a lot of stuff going on. But 2025, we'll be working on the GP 500. We'll be working on this Triumph 650 dirt tracker, B31 slider, Rickman Montesa. What else are we going to be working on? Oh, we've always got something going on. There'll be 4 or 5 bikes that we're still going to get done for next year. So if we get through 3 or 4, it'll be absolutely fantastic. So in this video, the Yobbin's got a bit more information about the GP Triumph, so let's have a look.
Empty bottles and wasted time. I got nothing to show for all the wasted time. Except trouble, worried mind.
Righto, you've all been watching progress on the Grand Prix Triumph, and I'm extremely interested in the history of race bikes, and especially this one because the history was basically unknown until we got it, and we started researching it, and it looks like we've found who the original owner was. We're going to say yes, we have. We're going to call it because the evidence is so strong.
Yeah, I think so.
Righto. Now, I can run through the evidence with you. As we know, this bike was delivered to Tasmania in September 1949. Now, there was 4 Grand Prix Triumphs went to Tasmania. We've got that from the factory records, so we know that to be correct. We've got the dates they were delivered, engine numbers and everything, so we know that that's a fact. There was 4 sent to Tasmania, which is quite amazing for a small area.
I was amazed.
Yeah, because like over there it was the hotbed of racing over there. There was a lot of racing going on over there, and there was guys over there obviously that had money, and what's that dog eating, Chris?
Hang on, we'll have a look.
We sorted that out. He's just chewing on a bit of plastic that he's found in the rubbish bin. He's a bit of a kleptomaniac, this dog. He steals things.
He does steal things.
But anyway, yes, well, we were up to 4 of them went to Tassie. There was 2 in 1948. There was 1 in 1949 and 1 in 1950.
That's right, yep.
Okay, so one of the 48 models was purchased by an English guy that was living out here. But he was only here for a couple of years, and the story is that he packed it up and took it back to England with him when he went back. So that eliminates one of the 48 models. Then I think it was the other 48 model was sold at auction.
Yeah, I think that was
right. A few years ago.
Yep, for about, I think it was
30 something thousand.
Yeah,
and
that was a fair while ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. But yeah, it was sold. It was kept in very original condition, that bike, and it was sold.
Yeah, we've got some photos of that. I'll put that up as well.
Yeah, yep. We have got some photos of that. And then this 49 model, there was only one that came in 49. And Dave Powell, who was known as Pastry Dave because he owned a bakery, which I think is pretty good, he had his brand new 49 GP Triumph in late September.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he packed it up with his new Manx Norton, and he shipped them over to Melbourne.
That was a twin cam 350?
Yeah, it was a double overhead cam 350, the first one that ever came to Australia, apparently.
I wish so bad that I was
Australia, apparently.
Yep.
And there must have been a bit of money in making cakes and pastries because he had a lot of bikes over the years.
Yeah.
And
yeah, quality bikes. Yeah.
Yeah, he had all quality stuff. mostly all pucker racing machines.
Yeah.
But he shipped them over to Melbourne, and then he sent by road transport to South Australia because he was racing in South Australia. So this has to be his bike. It was only 149 model that ever went to Tassie.
He had a 49, yep.
And this is it. And he had a 49. And he, so far, I've been able to pretty well prove that he still had this bike in 1955. There's evidence that he raced this bike at Longford in Tasmania when Jeff Duke came out from England when he bought the Works Gilleras. When he was riding for Gillera in Italy.
Yep.
He came out here and did a tour like a lot of the top race guys did over the years. And he raced the Gilleras at Longford, and this bike was there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then we've only got the 1950 model. There was one that came out in 1950, one of these. And I'm not sure what happened to that.
No one seems to know.
Yeah.
Now, the outfit.
Right, the outfit, righto. Two of these pulled outfits. There was one by a bloke called Bob Stevens. He had one with an outfit on it, but his wasn't 1949. But this bike definitely pulled an outfit. We have photos of it.
I'm sorry for my part that closed up your heart. Something wrong in me. It ain't your fault, sweetheart.
Pulling an outfit, and here's the proof that this bike was probably Dave's.
The lug.
There's the lug there. There's a sidecar lug being added to the frame.
And we can trace when that came to Australia as well.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So we know that that's been fitted on there to pull a sidecar.
Yep.
But that's not a standard fitting on these bikes.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that it's 49 model, that it came here in September. Dave Powell had his just a few weeks later. There's newspaper cuttings and that to say that he shipped it to Melbourne to race it in South Australia. And there's photos that he pulled a sidecar, bike's got the sidecar lug.
Yep. In that time period.
In that time period.
We've got a photo with the outfit mudguard on it, without the outfit.
Yep.
And I can't understand how I never learned to share. Am I some kind of case?
Yep, he used to take the outfit off it, or take the sidecar off it, and he'd race it in solo trim, but he still had the semi-enclosed back wheel that they had to have for sidecar racing, and he never took that off. He just took the sidecar off and raced it in solo trim. He was a really prolific racer. He just raced consistently from the 40s right through until 58 or something.
And then he started in cars.
He started car racing. Yeah, he started car racing. But he had bikes. Like he was sponsored on some of the bikes. They weren't all his, but he had like a 7R AJS. He had a Mark 8 KTT Velo.
Yep.
And
land speed records.
Yeah, he set land speed records on various bikes.
So what we'll do is, as we get more information in, we speak to Dave Powell's family, we'll just do one video on Dave Powell later on, once we get all the photos and everything together.
We'll do an article on Dave Powell. Now, the other guy's name has just come to my mind. His name was Ev Sadlier. He had the other one. He had the other Grand Prix.
Yes.
So we know. We know pretty well who had the ball.
And we've got a photo of him with the bike as well.
We have several photos of Ev Sadler. His name was Everett Sadler or something like that. It was EV, but everybody called him Eb, E-double-B, Eb Sadler. They called him. Yeah, so, but he was quite a predominant racer as well. But Dave Powell Dave Powell's family have got a lot of memorabilia, a lot of trophies, a lot of photographs, a lot of newspaper cuttings, and Dave Powell's grandson, who is also Dave Powell, has been extremely generous, sending us photos and of the newspaper cuttings and photos of Dave racing various bikes. He also had a new 500 Manx Norton at one stage too. There's photos of that.
You know I haven't heard him sing since you've been gone.
Yeah, and there's plenty of Norton outfits as well. In the photos.
Yep. He used to put sidecars on the Manxes and set speed records as well. And there are other pictures of him, like back in those days, what they called scrambles, which are motocross scrambles, but scrambling like a panther.
And a couple of little rigid drive.
And a rigid frame Tiger 100. He did. He did a fair bit with Tiger 100s before he actually got the Grand Prix bike. There's quite a few photos, and fortunately some of them have got dates that precede this bike.
Yeah.
So he must have been pretty impressed with the Tiger 100, and then he thought, well, a GP is going to be better.
Yeah, okay.
So he bought the GP, which these bikes were a really good performer. They were better, they were quicker than a Manx Norton at the same time.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, so this bike would be quicker than a 48 Manx Norton, a 49 Manx Norton.
Yep.
Yeah.
And everyone had a Manx, didn't they?
Yep. And there's some awesome photos now. There are a lot more photos around in Bendigo apparently of when Jerry Clark had this bike. We're still not sure when he got it, but we'd like to establish as close as we can as to when he got it. Whether he got it straight from Dave Powell, we don't know.
Yeah.
But there's we think Jerry had it in the early 60s.
Well, he did. I reckon he had it in the late 50s, from my maths.
Yeah, okay, well, we're going to check on that.
Yep.
We have a couple of ways we can possibly find that out, but there's only a very small gap because we know Dave had it in 1955.
Yes.
And we know Jerry had it around 1960.
Well, I think Jerry retired racing in 1960,
When his
from what
daughter-
I can remember.
When his daughter was born.
When his daughter was born. So that would give us like a 5-year period.
Yeah, so maybe he bought it directly off Dave Powell.
Yeah, good chance.
Yeah. So
and we thought it might have been crashed, but there's a good chance it wasn't.
wasn't crashed either because
it was built for a purpose to pull the outfit.
Yeah.
So
I added on to pull the sidecar.
But this all started from one photo that I found on the net.
Yeah.
And Dad's received another photo. I'll just grab that now.
This is a photo that came through on my phone from a guy called Jeff Frankholm. He's a guy that's in his early 70s in Tasmania, and believe me, he's an absolute walking encyclopedia of motorcycling in Tasmania in the late 50s and 60s. And he had a large collection of photos. He tells me he's got about 5,000 photos, mainly of motorsport. And he produced this one. That's Dave Powell on that bike doing a big power slide on the beach when they were beach racing, which they did a lot of beach racing in Tassie.
Yeah, I think a lot of the other photos we've got of beach racing.
They are, a lot of them are. There's Kings Beach and Greens Beach. And
no, we're lucky to get these photos, and we've been doing the Hagon factory now for 2 years, and without doing the Hagon factory, we wouldn't have got this bike.
No.
And people have been watching and sending us photos like this. It's a bit overwhelming, really, that
awesome.
People are interested, and
it just shows you what's out there that people haven't thrown away. Lots of stuff got thrown away.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that hasn't.
But the world's pretty small now too, isn't it?
It is.
With the internet and all this sort of stuff.
Well, Jeff Frankholm, he's been an absolute wealth of knowledge, and he's been very generous with his time and his research for me, as has the younger Dave Powell.
Yeah, and we haven't really put too much pressure on young Dave Powell yet. And we will at some stage, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to him. I'll give him a ring and have a chat to him.
Yeah.
And I'm seriously thinking maybe in the next 12 months I might take a trip over.
Yeah, why not?
Take a trip over to Tassie and we'll go and see Dave Powell and Jeff Frankholm and spend a bit of time and might book in for a couple of days in Hobart or something.
Get a bit of history,
Yeah, see if we can rake up a bit more history. But I'm very excited about the historical side of this because I really didn't think I'd find out anything.
No, well, neither did I. We're still not sure about how it got to Eagle Hawk.
No.
But,
well, nobody seemed to know where Jerry Clark in Bendigo got the bike from, you know, who he bought it off, how long he'd had it, you know, any history of the bike.
Well, that's because it was a bit of a myth too, wasn't it?
Well, that's right. People didn't really believe the bike existed.
Yeah.
You know, some people didn't. They thought it was just a story, but I always knew that it was there.
Well, you'd seen it.
I'd seen it in 1970, I reckon.
Yeah.
And I always knew it was there. But I always sort of thought I'd like the bike, but I didn't think I would ever get it. Like it was, when it was offered to me, I just couldn't believe it. It was just,
Yeah, well, thanks to Jacinta and Noel Sims.
Yeah, well, Noel Sims played a big part. He sort of broke the deal.
He did, yeah.
He broke the deal. And, and thanks to Jacinta for, that's Jerry's daughter, for giving us the opportunity. She was told that if she sold it to me that I would put the bike back together, and that is absolutely 100% correct.
And it'll stay here in town.
It'll stay here in town. And, I made her a little, I think it's a bit strong to say I made her a promise, but I told her that I would actually put it back together.
Yeah.
So, and it's well on the way.
It is, in a short amount of time.
In a short amount of time.
Yeah, it's going up really well.
Yep.
And she's very excited by it. We send her the videos every time they come out and update photos, and we'll all get together. As we say in every video, we'll all get together and
we will.
We'll fire it up and we'll have a couple of beers, I think.
I think that sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I reckon that sounds good.
Do you think you might get it to the British Rally in 2025?
Well, there's a really good chance.
Yes.
If I can get a bit of a clear run at it, if I could spend a week full time on it without any interruptions, which is pretty hard to do.
Yeah, it is.
I could really tidy it up. Chris, can we just get a little bit of film of what the Hagon factory dog's done on the floor here too?
Yeah, so the dog's...
Yeah, he's keeping us company.
And he's chewing up all...
He's chewing things up.
We'll clean that up.
Now...
He's a bit frustrated. It's about 40 degrees today. He hasn't been outside much, so...
Yeah. So, I reckon there's a real good chance we could get it to the All British Rally. So,
that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, it's a real good show. So...
we're definitely going to the British Rally. We'll be at Lanelli in March, and then we'll be at Broadford.
Yep. Don't forget that the big motorcycle only swap meet is coming up.
The best one in Australia.
That will be the best one. It'll be bigger and better than ever, I think.
Yes.
It's in March. It's out at Lanelli, which is 40k out of Bendigo.
And I think everyone was a bit disappointed that the December one wasn't on, but if you're in Bendigo on that weekend, you would have got rained out anyway.
That's right. Correct. You would have got rained out. So, yeah, it's going to be huge. And we want to see all motorcyclists there. Come along, bring some old bikes.
Yep. Come and see us, come and have a beer.
Yeah, come and see us, come and have a talk to us.
We'll
have a couple of bikes on display as well as stuff for sale.
Yeah, and we'll have a few bikes at the British Rally, so after Easter. So we'll take 3 or 4 bikes to Broadford, and then at Easter we'll at least have 3 or 4 probably.
Yep.
If this is ready, we'll have 4 probably.
Yep.
We'll load everything up and head over.
Take them over, yeah. We will. Yeah. It'll all be good.
Right, anything you want to say for everyone watching for the year?
Well, yeah, look, I'd just really like to thank everybody that's patronised the Hagon factory over the years and watched our videos. It's hard to believe, but I get calls from various places.
All around the world?
Yeah, I've had a chap from England, he's rang me twice now. He's rang me twice in regard to his Velocet clutch, and he's pretty happy with the end result, apparently. So
yeah, that's good.
Gave him a clutch lesson over the phone, so that's good. And I've had calls from New Zealand and various other places.
We've had donations.
Yeah, we've had
parts.
People have sent us a couple of bits and pieces.
And we've nearly had 1 million views. How's that?
Yeah, that's fantastic, isn't it? It's fantastic. So, mate, hope next year the Hagon factory is bigger and better than ever.
Well, we'll be, I think, this time last year we had about 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
This year, in the last 12 months we've had another 3,000. We've got nearly 4,000.
Excellent.
And I'm hoping for 10,000 at the end of next year.
It'd be great.
So we'll see how we go.
Yep. And I know we called the Hagon factory, and that was our primary purpose in life, was to get some Hagons going. But
We're into everything.
we're into everything. We're into everything that's sort of old,
Motorcycle
older.
related.
Yeah, motorcycle related, to do with older bikes. Yeah. So I know that we're not experts on everything, but if we can ever help anybody, give us a ring.
What's your highlight been for the year? Which event? We've been to a lot of stuff.
Oh, I think for me, riding at Broadford.
Wasn't drinking too much beer and riding that dangerous looking scooter with the chain flapping around. Wearing that funny helmet.
No, we just have fun. We have
Yeah.
fun. And we get over there at Broadford at Easter. We'd like to get over there more often, but Broadford at Easter, we meet up with a lot of guys that we know.
Good bunch of blokes.
Yeah, all a good bunch of guys, and you know, we don't take it too serious, but well, if you're out on the track with someone and they get a bit close to you, take it a bit more
Yeah.
serious. But you know, we have a bit of a race, and yeah, love to hear the big 4-stroke engines revving up.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Righto, been the last video of 2024. I'd like to thank a few people. My wife Caroline, she's done a fabulous job putting up with all this stuff again. The old man, Alan Strawn, what a champion. Works hard, never gives up. He's helped out a lot of people this year, including me, so he never stops. He does a fabulous job. Peter Stevens, working on the B31 BSA engine, which he owned over 50 years ago. Some great videos there. If you haven't seen those, go and have a look. Who else we got? Noel Sands opened up, let us come and have a look at a couple of his bikes, which was fantastic. Steve Knight let us have a look at all his bikes, or not all, but some of them. And we'll do a couple more videos with Steve. He's really good to interview, very interesting, got some great stuff. Terry Webb let us have a look at his trials bikes, which was really good. There's so many people that I should remember, but I just can't. It just goes on and on and on. But we really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. Righto, so don't forget to catch up with us at the Llanelli Swap Meet, which is in March. I'll get some dates up soon. We'll be going to Broadford at Easter, if that's on. We haven't heard anything about that yet. We're definitely going to the British Rally. I think we'll take probably, I don't know, maybe 3 Velisets and the GP Triumph over to that. So keep watching, we'll let you know what's going on. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell everybody. Let's bring Hagons back.